welcome back to the allotment. Obviously we've had some really windy weather and some cold weather. It's warmed up again today. We are currently at the end of November, so I'll just give you a little tour around and show you what everything's looking like. Obviously there's not a huge amount to do, but I'm still harvesting a few items, so I'll show you. Hi guys, I'm just having to interrupt because I've just finished my lunch/dinner and I've just found my favourite vegetable. I don't grow it at the moment. You'll see when you get to the end of the video that I've just discovered this new vegetable. I love it. So it will be a definite I am growing next year for the allotment. And there's no bugs to worry about. I just had to interrupt to tell you that. So from the front of the allotment, I did do a little tidy up along here, and I am starting to get little bulbs coming up that I planted last year, so we'll see how those develop. Some have been dug out a little bit, so I'll have to dig those in. There you go, a few little roses that came up last year here, and the rest just needs a little bit more tidying up. My beans, I've taken them all down now that were on my trellis, and here we go. So the first bed, which is my herb bed, everything's looking very good. I did plant, I'm not sure if that is grass. Yeah, I think that's grass, but I did plant a load of, I'm really not sure, it looks like it. It must be these here. A load of chives. So I think there's little ones popping up of chives. Apart from that, actually, it's not a chive when I look close, it's some grass. So there's the rosemaries, they're looking good. And these ones are my celeries, which are still going. They're not huge, so I don't really know what I can do with those at the moment. I mean, maybe I could chop them up for stews. So I'll just leave those a little bit longer. They seem to be happy enough out here. A little bit of rocket is still holding on there, as you can see, and it tastes really, really fiery. I mean, it's very, very, very fiery. And that's still doing well. Some of the other herbs, there you go, the thyme, lemon thyme. And this one on the end here is winter savoury. Now I bought that one and put that in the other month because I thought I just need more for stews, stocks and all that sort of thing. So I bought that, which is, as you can see there, winter savoury. So I'm hoping that'll be quite big. So that's the herb bed here, doing very well. This is my Angelica, which has, as you can see, gone a little slimy. It really did not like the frost. I'm not sure if anyone can help me with this one. Am I supposed to cover it up for the winter? Not sure, because this is looking very, very slimy. It looks like it wasn't happy. So if anyone can give me some info on that, I'd be really grateful. There we go. So that's that, because that was massive. But I cut off the bigger outer leaves for the winter. Now here, look, we've had a lot of wind because there's like sticks and twigs everywhere, all over everything. They have actually next door cut down the willow, which was good because it was really sort of overhanging all of this area, which made it very shady. Very nice in really hot weather, but not so good for the tomatoes. So in here, I have a few cabbage, lettuce, no, not lettuce, purple sprouting coming up along here, but they've not done well. I think there's a couple of leeks, not doing well, and another purple sprouting which has been eaten. So this bed in all, not doing well. I need to sort of rethink the whole bed there. Now, update on the mushrooms. Nothing's happening yet. I covered them with cardboard because all of the straw that I put in, as you can see, started sprouting. So I thought, right, I think I should cover it up. So I've covered it up, I damped it all down, covered it up, and that's how it's looking now. No mushrooms at all. Right, now we have some sort of fungus in here actually. Looks really dodgy. I really don't know what that is. some sort of fungus. It did originally look like a, is it a wine cap? It looked like a wine cap, but now that's sort of like had it. I wasn't sure if it's a wine cap anyway, so I wasn't going to eat it. Now, the brassica bed and kaleets doing amazing. I literally just run down to pick some kaleets, and I thought, you know what, I'll film and just show you, do a bit of a catch up. So these are the kaleets, good size, nice and thick, and this is what I'm having for my dinner tonight. As you can see, I did cut the tops off, and the reason why is because I had a net covering over them, which are down there, but when I came today they were all on the other guy's site, so they're just blown off. So I've left them off and left them down there and hope the pigeons don't eat all my kaleets. So let's have a look at harvesting these kaleets. They come just out the side there, and a bit like a Brussels sprout, they just pull off. I have been blighted with all these little white things, so anyway, they wash off very well, and I will keep harvesting these for my dinner. Really need some greens because I haven't been down for like a week. I haven't had any. Oh, they're so good, look at them. And they're really thick. They've like sort of like beefed up, if you know what I mean. These haven't yet. Can you see they're a lot smaller? These are starting to here on the side. But then you see these ones are really good. There we go. We do have others on all the other ones as well, look. So I will be harvesting these. So there you go, that's that. Now over here we have the purple sprouting broccoli. It's starting to sprout up a little bit there, as you can see. Now the wind has obviously pulled these right over, so I'm just going to leave them where they are. I'm not going to start trying to peg them back, because I just think it'll snap them. I mean, some are leaning on the others. It is a bit of a mess, but again, I am just going to leave it. Oh look, didn't get to this broccoli in time, so I'll just remove that, get rid of that. There we go, look. So well, you can't eat those. I think they're not edible once they flower. So there you go, that's how that's looking. Over here, this bed, I need to get planting in all my new brassicas in there. And these are doing okay. Again, the top has blown off these. I left the tops on these ones compared to the others where I just cut the top straight off. And these kaleets are really small, so they're going to just get me through, I think, into the new year, because they're all so little on this side. And then I do have my, oh look, we do have a bit of whitefly in there, just flying off. So I will be eating these as well. I'm going to harvest myself some of these for lunch today, and they're doing all really well. Now just in between here, I bought a verbena. So this is a little but I can't say it now. You know what I said anyway. There you go, there's that. I'm going to put some little stone chippings in there. And this side, in between these beds, is another rosemary, because I do eat and harvest a lot of rosemary and dry it and grind it for my roast potatoes. It's just an absolute must. Oh look, that's when one of the tops flew off through the brick into this other bed. Put that there. Right, now I harvested all of the, I forgot what it's called, parsley, and I just cut it all right back because it was quite big. Anyway, it's all sort of like leafed up again, so I'll leave that a little while and I can use this for my stews and things like that. They've got a bit of whitefly on as well. I didn't know this had whitefly, but I can see them flying around. Now here, this looks a bit of a disaster. This is my celeriac, which doesn't look like it's coming to anything. Really not looking good. Let's have a little look. Nothing in there apart from ants. So I think the ants have had my celeriac. Little buggers. They had all of them. See, look, there's a little celeriac on the end of there. It's so small. It's smaller than a cherry tomato. So that's not good for this bed. Again here, you can see absolutely full of them. So that's not good for the celeriac. I think they're all just full of ants in there. So yes, that's a whole fail there. These seem to be okay. I mean, they have got ants too. Now I have heard that orange oil or something like that, ants don't like it, it's toxic to them, so I'm going to have to start that next year. That's it, isn't it? And I have noticed, well, I think I have a few holes where maybe mice are living in my raised beds. It's probably nice for them in there. And I have heard that soaking tea bags in vinegar is good for that, so I will also try that. Now here, these are my garlics. So they're doing really well. And they're just coming up now nicely. And then my last bed here, I bought some sorrel and I've planted that. It's a red-veined sorrel. Beautiful plant, nice and tangy. Great for salads. With some that and rocket, oh, it's going to be good. I've also got a normal sorrel, very vinegary and tangy again. I think this one is garlic chives, so again for a salad, amazing. And I think these are more garlic chives here or something. No, onion chives, no, Welsh onions. So I've got Welsh onion, all of that together is going to be amazing in like a pesto. Get a load of basil or any other herbs and make a fantastic leafy pesto. Over here, these are some onions that sort of failed, so I've just left them in the ground. And then this is my one, either turnip or swede, can't remember, but only one came up, so that'll make me some soup. Now I've also received my package from a plant company, which could have been Marshall's or something, one of them anyway, one of the main ones, and it's my strawberries. So last year I noticed everyone was sort of harvesting their strawberries and mine still weren't developed, and I thought, oh, what's this? And then I found out, well, you have earlies and lates. Mine must have been lates. So I bought a whole load of earlies, and where they were originally in the mushroom and asparagus bed, I didn't think was working because of the big tree that they've now cut down. It was sort of in the shade, so they went a bit musty, and I thought, yeah, that's not good. So I moved them into a more open spot behind me, and so I've planted one strip of my lates, which I transplanted, and then I bought a whole load of new ones which were earlies, so I should span my strawberry season really well for that. Then I also had my delivery of raspberries, which was the set you buy that spans early, mid and late, so it's the long cropping kit you buy. So I'll show you what I've done with those. And also at the end of the bed here, I have got some feverfew, which was in my herb bed, but it took up so much room. I thought you've got to have its own little space. And here is my bronze fennel, which again, beautiful flavour in that one, aniseedy, really nice. And you use just the leaves. So this is my new patch I've done, because I didn't really know what to do with this area down here. And I thought, okay, we're going to do the strawberries. I loved my strawberries last year. I made some lovely strawberry compots and it was great. So these are the new ones I bought. Now they are pretty close together, but I bought 30 of them and I thought they're all going in because I have nowhere else for them anyway, so they're going in. And then I'll just see as they develop how big they are. And then at the end here I've done a whole patch, so they're easy to reach and pick. Now I was in between all this going to put bark chippings, but last year in the bark chippings that were near the strawberries, again they smelt musty, so I thought I'm going to slab each side, so I'm going to do a strip each side, so when they grow they're not sort of near anything musty and I can keep the area clean and tidy. So there we go, all the way down here. Now these here are my late ones, which were given to me by my mother-in-law, so thank you for those. And they made loads of strawberries last year. I mean, I had loads, it was absolutely brilliant. So I've transplanted those down here, there we go, all the way to there. Now I don't know what to do the other side of the strawberries yet, but I have these two that my husband brought back from work. So we've got row of strawberries, path, row of strawberries. So yeah, that area there I'm not sure about, but here I'm going to plant up both of these to have chamomile in, because I drink so much chamomile. I've sort of stopped buying it now after last year's season, and they'll go here. There we go, just storing the cages there. Now here I have two little black princes, they're called, and they are bush variety. I mean, this year, look, they just didn't come to anything, I think because they just first year planted, so I'm waiting for those to sort of plump up, and apparently they get to like 3 foot, which is still pretty big. And then here, this is my raspberries. Okay, and some of them are a bit wobbly, but that's how they're looking. And I will put some wire in between the posts. Now people have said, oh, your posts aren't tall enough. Yes, I know, but that's all I could get. I mean, some people are having like really tall posts, but I'll just have to wind them in along the wire when I put the wire in there. So there you go, that's how they're all looking. So stuff is coming on. I am getting there slowly but surely, and that's how it's looking up the site with the new rows of strawberries. There we go. Now down at the bottom here, which is what I call my orchard area. Now last winter I turned over and pulled all the grass out from this bottom section, but just didn't have the strength to do that bit. So this winter, when it gets really wet and everything pulls up easy, I will do all that section there. So here we go, we've got the apple trees along here. This one, I'm afraid something happened to it, so I had to cut it off. It didn't look good, but the other one there is okay, and all the other berries and trees are great. Now I keep saying these bottom trees at the bottom are cherries. They're not, they're plums. So in previous videos, sorry about that, they're not cherries, they are plums. And all the other plants and bits and bobs in between are doing great. I am thinking with the gooseberries, I didn't use them at all. I'm going to dig them out and give them to another allotmenter. And now I've given it a bit of a tidy round. The patio area is all swept of leaves, and all the little walkways have been swept, all looking nice and tidy. Obviously I do need more slabs to go in between, but that is a work in progress. And my harvest today has been some lovely kaleets and Cavaro Nero, or Tuscan kale, there we go. And I will be having that with whitefly. Obviously I will give that a good old wash, but the whitefly, even though everything was covered, still managed to get in. So there you go, all nice and tidy. Okay, I've done a massive clean up and now there's no mud and bits about, so I'm thinking I don't even need to wear my wellies so much, having a nice clean allotment. So I'm really pleased what I've got done today. Picked up all the leaves, just gave it a really good tidy round, and hopefully That'll stay lovely for the winter, especially get some nice frost and it just looks all clean and tidy. Love that. Now there's one good thing about being on allotment is the community, and last week I was given a Swede and a celeriac, which was really nice because my Swedes and celeriacs just didn't work at all. And also there's another chap I was chatting with and he said he's away now for a few months or so, and that I could harvest some chard, because I didn't do chard this year. I think I'm definitely going to do like a rainbow chard or something next year. And he was just telling me how nice it is. So I'm going to pick a few of those and see how I like it. I'll show you his plot here. So there's his chard. I think he sort of just tidied everything up and covered stuff over when he went. And here's his chard. Perhaps it's not best at going through a frost, I'm totally not sure, but actually there's still like loads of leaves that look really good, so I'm going to harvest myself some. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, these look so cute and lovely. I'll take one of those. I think you just pull it out. A couple of leaves there. I assume these are sort of like all different varieties, and those ones over there look fantastic, don't they? The colour on those, absolutely gorgeous. So here's one here. I'll take this gorgeous one. Perhaps I should have bought some, I know it's come off but a bit short. Should have brought some clippers, didn't think of that, did I? There we go. So I'll try a few of the different varieties. Oh, they just look so gorgeous. They do look really nice, and I've never really tried this before, so this is going to be a real treat for me. There you go. There you go, the perks of being on the allotment with other allotmenteers helping out, and you know, if they've overgrown, they leave stuff by the gate. It's ever so good, especially when they do planting as well. They also leave stuff by the gate so you can pick it up. Perhaps they've got more plants than they needed. So, you know, even if you didn't plant any seeds yourself or do anything yourself, you could just survive on picking stuff up that everyone have overgrown or planted too many seeds and they leave loads of plants at the gate. So yeah, all good. So that's how it's all looking. I'm very pleased with the site. I think it's working well, and I've got obviously a bit more stuff to do through the winter, but I'm hoping that once I've got all the slabs down and everything done, it's pretty maintenance free, apart from literally just looking at each of the beds at a time. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how the allotment's been this year, being the first year here. And yeah, I think it's great. I love it. I've really enjoyed my journey, building the allotment, designing the allotment, growing everything on the allotment, and of course eating off the allotment. Also, as I'm picking this chard, I'm noticing no whitefly, no bugs, no grubs. You know what? This could be my new favourite leaf. I'm going to go home and try out this rainbow chard. Just got home and here's my little babies just waking up. You alright, girlies? I've just put a bit of salt in some bowls here, and I'm going to put a bit of warm water in there and soak up my veggies. I'll cut these in half. I'm going to do the same with the chard. I'm going to chop it up into sizes about like that and just fill the bowl. Okay, I've totally soaked these in water. So yeah, there we go. I'm just going to leave those for a few hours before cooking them. Okay, and it's supposed to obviously help clean them. I've got a few bugs and that on there. Hopefully they won't like it and try and escape. And then I'm just going to saute these. Butter, salt, pepper. I might try steaming some as well, as I've never had them before. I'll try them a few different ways. So there you go, all done. I've also just weighed them down a little bit so the water, they are sort of underneath the water. Those also mainly underneath the water. Okay, so I've processed the kale. I've just ripped that up and drained it out of the salt water. Same with the chards. That's going to go in the fridge now. I'm ready for the next couple of days. And this is my lunch today. So I'm just steam frying. So a bit of oil, salt, pepper in there. I've chopped up a few peppers as well. I've got the kaleettes in there, the chard and the kale. So really, really nice. I'm just going to let that steam fry, and that's what I'm having for my lunch. Okay, that's been cooking about 10 minutes. I've just taken the lid off and it looks so nice. Everything's nice and soft and tender. Oh, look, even the kaleettes. Oh, they're so nice. I've just had a little taste test of the chard pieces. Oh, and they are gorgeous. So nice and succulent and very juicy. So there we go. Just can't wait to eat this. Absolutely gorgeous. So these are what I hadn't ever tried before, the chard pieces. Really, really nice. It's going to be super with my glass of wine. So there you go, guys. Meal off the allotment. Guys, that chard was gorgeous. I will definitely be going growing chard next year. I love it. And no aphids, no whitefly. It could be my new favourite. Loving this, and it tasted amazing. Loved it. Well, I hope you enjoyed my little tour, and I hope your gardens are all going well. And I'll see you next time down on the allotment.